Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones the card game 2nd edition video for you. We're in round 5 of the Swiss at the Ontario Regional Championship held at Black Knight Games in Hamilton, Ontario. On the left we have Carl from the Montreal meta. On the right we have Matt from the Ottawa meta. These guys are awesome for driving all the way down to Hamilton, Ontario to play with us. That's like a 5 to 6 hour drive with stops on the highway there. So they came all the way down here. They're playing at the quote-unquote top table right now. This is the thing that's been happening lately, is the final round of Swiss. I used to always record and I'd get that top table, the best 2 players in Swiss fighting out to see who can usually stay undefeated. It's like 2 undefeated players. But lately with the intentional draws, which are going away August 1st, most of the top 4 tables usually draw, and I'm left with whoever didn't draw. So these guys didn't take the intentional draw, which is cool of them, and they're being recorded. So the top table, I believe, in this tournament took an intentional draw, so that's why we don't have them on camera for this last round of Swiss.
Very good.
And on the left, Carl, the Martell Lion player, has opened with the long plan. He's got a Duke de Nymeria set up, a Lannisport Merchant, and a King's Road. On the right, Matt, the Baratheon Lion player, is summoned, and he grabbed Melisandre for that summons. He started on setup with a Jaime, a Lannisport Merchant, looks like a Shadow Black Lane, and a Dragonstone Port for some economy. Let's find out who is the first player here.
I work in Hamilton.
Looks like it's Matt. He's collected some gold. Now he's marshalling. He's got a duplicate on Jaime to match the duplicate on Nymeria. And he's played a King's Road, so not bad economy to start this game. And there's that Melisandre. She's going to kneel. And Carl's joking there, going to kneel the merchant. But it's definitely Nymeria who gets knelt. And a bodyguard on Melisandre. That, I think, is a smart inclusion in that deck. You always find Baratheon decks start to fall apart when Melisandre and Bob get killed. Now he's playing Banner of the Lion, so most likely he also has Tyrion and Jaime, for example, who can also take bodyguards. So I think bodyguard's a good call. It's like almost like getting a duplicate that can go on multiple characters, although it can be cancelled, unlike duplicates. But Melisandre looks like she'll stick around for a little bit longer than usual. So over to the Martells for marshalling here. Remember, he does have the long plan out there, so anytime he loses a challenge, if he remembers, he can trigger that reaction and gain a gold, which he can carry on into the next round. So long plan is a great starting plot. Has nice high 8 reserve, so if you keep a big hand, you lose some challenges on purpose, and then play a lower gold plot the next round, you can really boost up the economy on that and then flood out the cards. It's also good if you just play a high economy plot next round and you just need more economy to get out larger guys if you've been clogged up in your hand. But he does see a Rose Road now and a King's Road, so he does have good economy also to start the game here. He's going to use his, looks like he's using his Lannisport Merchant there to reduce the character. Nope, maybe not, but could we see a Tyrion to start? Maybe a Jaime of his own? Maybe a Mountain? We'll see here. So he is going to pop that King's Road, reduce his character by 3. He did kneel in the Lannisport Merchant, so we know it's going to be a Lannister character. But he obviously has options here, because he has not just slapped it out on the board, so you know he's thinking about it. So that makes you wonder. If you're his opponent, you're sitting across the table, you got to start thinking what he's choosing. So I know he has another good character in hand. So that intrigue challenge, you might want to hit him hard with that intrigue challenge. You might grab that other Lannister character in there that he's debating on. That is obviously 4 costs or higher. So it is Jaime Lannister that he's played. And there is a copy of Gaston Grey. My favorite Martell location. I'm sure yours too, unless you're playing across the table from it. It can basically react after losing a challenge to return a character back to your hand and cannot be saved. So any dupes on the character can't save it. That bodyguard can't save. That bodyguard's only saves from discard and dead. Does not save from return to hand or bounce from the game or anything that removes a character other than killed or discarded.
I just find like some games I get like super lucky.
Great way to deal with a large character with multiple attachments, multiple duplicates that's gaining tons of renown really fast. It's a good way to slow your opponent down or just bounce that character back and force them to replay it out, spending lots of economy. I think it's a good counter to the meta right now, where most decks are playing, trading with a Matoshi, 10 gold, bombing out as many big dudes as they can. Gaston Gray for $2. One in a fealty deck will just say no. Yeah, just kind of slows them down and scares them off a little bit, but it can be treachery, so Lannister sometimes can just laugh at it. And Greyjoy can sometimes just blow it up. So we had a Scene in Flames played, and there's that other Lannister character we were talking about in marshalling. It was a Tyrion Lannister, so those were the two most likely he was deciding between when he knelt that merchant and blew that King's Road and deciding what to put into play.
Trigger Nymeria, remove the intrigue icon.
So intrigue icon, looks like he's taking the intrigue icon off of Melisandre here, trying to trigger it. Matt's deciding. Looks like whether that's okay. I don't know if he has any way of stopping it. Doesn't have any gold left by the looks of it. So interesting though that Scene in Flames, playing it early after he's already done a Melisandre and Neil. He probably has another R'hllor card in hand. He's not too worried about saving R'hllor cards, kind of trickling one effect out each round off Melisandre. He's playing more aggressive here. Just wants to see what's in his opponent's hand to start the game. It's good to know for challenges, especially you don't want to get hit by a Put to the Sword or Tears of Bliss, and that could happen even though the Martell player does not have any gold. Remember, he does have the long plan, so he can gain gold on the fly, and then before you know it, he could have a sneaky event that could really mess up your plans. So this way, he knows about any events, he knows about any ambush possibilities. He knows about what characters he sees right now that he could have out and play next round.
As the attacker or just an intrigue?
Just if I win on intrigue.
Declare military challenge.
So we have military challenge from the Martell player, declared with Jamie. Does not look like there's any way to completely stop it.
I win the challenge.
But we do have Jamie blocked to prevent the unopposed bonus. And there's that bodyguard trigger. And Jamie does gain a renown. So Matt is not concerned about doing a military challenge of his own. And we have an unopposed power challenge here with the, unopposed intrigue here with Jamie kneeling. And he grabs a copy of Sir Gregor the Mountain. And here's some laughter. That's always a great pull.
Bodyguard on too. That sucks.
Can it not be saved? Can't save.
I pass on challenges. Dominance is yours.
They pass on challenges. So it looks like Matt passed on challenges too. So that was dominance given to the Baratheon player. Remember, Melisandre did not have an intrigue icon. And looks like he passed on challenges just to make sure that power didn't go through. So he did not get to trigger a Shadow Black Lane this round. And long plan gained Carl no gold. But we do have the Martell players up 2-1 on the power department. Melisandre's in play already, so will we see another R'hllor card played, and will we have to deal with multiple Neil here every round? Jamie would likely be the target based on the board right now for the Neil.
And I explained, I said instead of him being the dead pile, he goes into the discard pile. Because Jory was kneeling, and the guy just was like, okay, I sacrificed Jory to save Jory, and the card just stayed there. I was like, God damn it, I should have called you over.
So So the Baratheon player knows what plot he's playing. He's done this before. He's decided on it. But Carl taking some time here. Really wants to think it out. But yes, it's a filthy accusations flipped on the Baratheon side. So there's that Jaime kneel. So if we get a roll, we'll have a second kneel. And it's a first Snow of Winter played from the Martell player. So 3 cost or lower characters at the start of the challenge phase will bounce back to hand from both players. So Jaime and Nymeria will stick around right now. That Merchant will go back on the Martell side. And on the other side right now, we got Jaime and Melisandre will stay. But the Merchant will go back. This just kind of also prevents you from just marshalling out 3 cost or less characters. And if the opponent can't afford something bigger. But we do have the Baratheon player, Matt, marshalling out a Fiery Followers for 3 costs, which seems kind of silly because they're going to bounce back. But it is a Relore card. So he does trigger the Melisandre kneel on Nymeria to make his board look better during challenges. And he can reuse it, which First Snow is sometimes not bad when it hits a Baratheon player, when they can bring Relore cards back to hand and then replay them out. Get some extra use out of them in the next round, so more Melisandre kneel unless she can be dealt with. So we have Martell Marshall here. Gets a Tyrion in place. So we did have another copy. We did see one go to the discard pile from Intrigue Claim last round. And $2 for an even-handed Justice to kneel a Merchant on the Baratheon side, to kneel that Tyrion that was played. And we got First Snow leaving Melisandre and Jaime on the Baratheon side, and leaving Nymeria, Tyrion, and Jaime on the Martell side. So the board does look better for him, the Martell player, Carl. But does not have any gold, so no ambush happening. And on the Baratheon side, it looks like he only has 1 gold, so we definitely have no Burnmen coming into play here until Tyrion can trigger some gold. But it does not look like the Baratheon player is going to be able to do it, so March to the Wall could become a little disgusting here if Carl does this properly.
I have 7 there.
And with that Gaston Grey out there, you don't want to get in that situation. So Matt is definitely, the Baratheon player, definitely not going to do challenges with what he has on the board, unless he has a way of stopping that Gaston Grey. Because if he gets one of those characters marched next round, and Gaston Grey hits the other one this round, he's going to have an empty board, and that will not be good.
I used to play with one of them before
This guy would be a lot better.
Looks like he's debating doing an Intrigue there with Jaime, but
Than that guy. Because he goes, you do a challenge? Oh, the next challenge he's standing here. And he stays.
don't think he's going to bother.
You won. I'm gonna go.
Oh, sacrifice. Okay. Power.
But here we go with the Melisandre Power Challenge. I'm not sure which icon he removed with Nymeria. Maybe it was the Intrigue off Melisandre.
You have how many cards in your hand?
So looks like it's 5 cards in the Baratheon player's hand to about 7 in the Martell player's hand.
You have a reaction?
So we got a Viper's Eyes played after losing the Power Challenge here. Gains an unopposed power and claim. But now we have some knowledge of the Baratheon player's hand, so both players know a few cards in each other's hands now.
Henry's gonna play regardless, he might as well take the power out of it.
That's hilarious.
By the way,
See what he chooses to discard.
he should have done the entry challenge.
I shouldn't just not killed him. I should just got one of his guys.
It's a copy of the Red Keep
Not too worried about it.
that Carl's choosing to get rid of. We see he's still got that Fiery Followers in there. I'm not sure what the other cards are.
So it's unopposed.
This is
Is he going to do the Gaston Grey?
You're just like,
It's reaction.
fucking crazy. He's gonna
That is the question I want to know. I think he should. But then what does he want to march on his side if he's going to do it? Just march a copy of Tyrion. He doesn't want to lose Tyrion. Maybe he marches his own Jaime. Or maybe even Nymeria. I don't know. I would keep the Nymeria just for that dupe. That dupe is valuable right now, but depends what else he has. And yeah, Melisandre will go back to hand. Gaston Grey. So he's going to go with the military with Jaime.
Hey, you need to give him the opportunity to trigger that. He might not have wanted to sacrifice it this time. Maybe he hits the deal.
Yeah.
There's no jumping in, so most likely Nymeria's dupe's going to be claimed. Yep, it is. And we have a renown gain on Jaime and unopposed power. And the Intrigue, so all 3 challenges done here. Now, I don't know if he went a little fast on that intrigue, but Tyrion gets 2 gold, and I don't know if I'd want to let my opponent do that. I want to make sure that Marsh hurts him too, but he might be able to bomb into Burnman right now, and that could be trouble.
Yeah, I have sleep at one.
And Matt might be regretting that. I know I would.
I have the CPAP machine and
But he's going to hit the hand, so...
Nightmare.
Oh, he nightmares the Shadow Black lane to prevent some card draw. Lets it go unopposed. And Matt's going to roll a die to pick a random card here. And the Baratheon player is up to 6 power now. But it could go downhill after this if a March to the Wall is played, I think. And there's a Desert Scavenger grabbed. So over to Martell's for challenges. He only has 1 gold, so we're not seeing no Burnman drop in. And it looks like a tie for Dom because they each had 1 gold left. They stand their characters. Now, I don't know if Carl has 5 cards in hand or less after playing first snow. Or maybe it's 6. It's 6 on that plot, so I think he's good. Because he did play some cards. Yeah, it looks like he has like 5 or 6 cards, so I think we're good. Let's forget a first snow is a 5 or 6 reserve.
And then I'm like, you know you're 15th, right? You could have, like, you could have. If he wins the next one, he's got a good.
So he grabbed, Carl there grabbed his plot really fast, so most likely he has that March to the Wall, which I definitely would play if I had it right now. Get rid of that dupe Jamie. And there it is, into a trading. So that means 3 gold to be gained by the Martell player, but 10 gold on the Baratheon player. He's looking to play some characters out to stay in this game. I mean, he is ahead right now, but he needs to build a board quickly so it does not go downhill. There's only 2 characters to 0 right now on the board, but it's Jamie and Tyrion, so that's pretty juicy.
Let's have.
So looks like Carl has chosen Matt, the Baratheon player, to go first. And we did see Nymeria march there. You can still see a 3rd copy of her come into play. And there's Melisandre coming back. Remember, she got gashed in grade last round, so she's coming back into play. Neil and Jamie. And there's the Fiery Followers, Lanceport Merchant. Looks like he's sitting on 3 gold. Passing over to the Martell player for marshalling.
Wait.
That looks like someone from Lore in the Ring.
Yeah, same idea. I mean, they're both in high fantasy with the swords and arrows.
So we have a 2nd Rose Road marshaled out there for the Martells.
It's your fault. You put him in the desert.
Looks like the Baratheons have one now too.
That looks like someone you'd find in the
Yeah, it was not a
That looks like someone right here.
There's that Lannisport Merchant making a 2nd appearance. Got first snowed last round.
They're in the same world, they're just in different continents, and they're both not big enough. Really?
I hope that those worlds never meet. Someone's in for a surprise.
And we got the Lannisport Merchant Nelt here. Looks like 2 more gold spent. And it's the Hound. The Hound and Tyrion are together. They work well off each other. So let's see if we get some multiple Hound bounce now.
Yeah, you know, it could have easily gone either way. Frank goes back to my hand, or could have easily gone either way. I just had a lot of fear.
And the Hound gets a dupe. And it's sitting on 2 gold on the Martell side. So that means a Vengeance for Elia, Burnman. Maybe some other events are a possibility. Maybe even a Put to the Sword. But over to the Baratheons for challenges to start. And we got an intrigue with Melisandre. Tyrion Trigger gaining 2 gold on the Martell side. Now he's got to think if he has something to play now, or something to ambush, he might want to do it now before he loses it, but he is not going to. And we got Shadow Black Lane triggered. He's going to look at the top 10, I believe, looking for an in-house event. And if he finds one, he can add it to hand. And it looks like it's a whiff. No events found, so he's going to shuffle up his deck and carry on. Looking for another copy of Even-Handed Justice, probably. Seen in Flames. Maybe consolidation of power. Ours is the Fury, maybe. All juicy events, in my opinion.
I do. I had it in my hand. It's just, I didn't have any points to play out. I ended up having power on the board. I just needed Miri to help me target it.
And we got a power challenge from the Baratheons here with the Lannisport Merchant.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Oh, they forgot to say claim for intrigue, so we're going to do that now. Let's go get card number 2 here, which is a House Dane Knight.
I had to play him. I had 2 goals.
Interesting, yeah. Carl mentioning he could have played him, but he decided not to with that 2 gold he had left after marshalling. I'm not sure if he should either. He could put himself in wildfire position there and just lose him anyway, but maybe he wants to protect something in his hand and just wanted to keep more cards. But the Hound's going to bounce back there and defend, and he'll lose that dupe, will fall off. Does that Fiery Followers want to do a military? That's the question. Kill that little Lannisport Merchant. We do have the Hound that could come back in and stop that.
Intimidate. Hound stand.
No, I was going to do it.
And there is play. Even-handed justice to Neil Tyrion and the Fiery Followers. Passing over to Carl.
But then you pulled the second one.
Is he going to play the Hound and do a challenge here? And he's going to. Let the Hound come in. Now he's got to decide. Do you want military or power? And he's going to go with the military. No defenders. Hound bounces back. And Matt, the Baratheon player, doing a great job of really mitigating the amount of challenges that the Martell player can do here. And slowing him down. And in the meantime, he's up to 7 power on the Baratheon side to 3 power on the Martell side. So I think he's done a great job of controlling the Martell deck and stopping the shenanigans from hurting him too badly. There's a second Filthy Accusation. It's going to kneel Jamie again. And 3 cards drawn from Counting Coppers on the Martell side. And it looks like the Baratheon player has chosen the Martell player to go first. He collects 4 gold, 2 from the plot, 2 from the Rose Roads. And we got the Lannisport Merchant knelt here to reduce a Lannister character. It's another merchant. Another copy of the Dirty Location. Gaston Grey is out there, so we could have another character bounced again. It's great to see that. If you're worried about, let's say, who's a big 7 cost you might be worried about? Robert Baratheon. If he makes a play here, that's some protection against him. And the copy of the Hound gets marshaled. Looks like no gold saved on the Martell side. And we got a copy of a Selyse Baratheon. Ooh, you can pay 1 gold to give a Baratheon character an intrigue icon. That would have been nice to see earlier when Nymeria was around. And we got a Milk of the Poppy played on Tyrion, which I think is a great play. So no extra gold generation during the challenge phase. And that's what you want to see against a Martell player. Stop that Hound from bouncing. Stop the sneaky events, even the ambush from the Banner Lion there. I think it's good protection. And we got another Rose Road played, so Baratheon's keeping up on the economy also. And saving 3 gold. Does he have an even-handed justice hiding in there? Maybe he just didn't have any characters to play. I think he only has 1 card left. So he just didn't have anything to play with that gold. But if he wins an intrigue challenge, he could search for an in-house event. And we might see it played with that money. Worst case, it just helps win that dominance.
Alfredo and I, please. Alfredo and I use proper grammar.
You're proper.
It's coming from you.
I'm gonna give a big old Bobby. That's cool too. I'm gonna do an intro. No!
I'll go first this time. I'll have this in a second.
Sure, take it.
Military?
You swap.
You're doing well.
Eat your initials.
Sure.
Okay. So I win. Here's the first reaction.
So it looked like we had a military there with the Hound. It was opposed by fiery followers. The Hound will bounce back, and we have a Scene in Flames. Oh man, is he going to grab that Hound? That is a great play to hold that off. Matt here running this Baratheon deck like a pro. Most people play Scene in Flames ASAP, but he waited till the Hound went back to grab him there.
Military? I just had some spare. I would have switched, but he has to be able to each other yet.
So we have an intrigue from Solis here. No defenders. And he's kneeling the house card there to search the top 10, but he forgot to stand his house card after the last round. So he's just going to do that now and look for an in-house event. Looks like he does have an Ours is the Fury there as the first card. But he might have another one in there, another option. And he does. In the Name of the King. Which is a good call right now when he only has 2 characters on the board. It just basically nullifies a military challenge done against you. I mean, your opponent knows it's there now, but that might deter them from doing military altogether, which is amazing, but you definitely want to get rid of that. So, that protects that small board he already has from getting any smaller, which I think is a great call. And he's doing his roll here to get a random card. He grabs a Burn Men from the Intrigue Claim. And no Tyrion gold generation. Remember, he's milked. And it looks like a power challenge here with Melisandre. And no gold to bounce in anything. That'll be unopposed. And dominance to the Baratheons for sitting on that gold.
I'm controlling the board, but
And yeah, you hear Carl say it there. He's controlling the board on him and just gaining power. Like, yeah, keeping that Martell Lannister deck locked down here and just sneaking in the power. Even keeping his hand controlled. So Matt is now at, looks like, 11 on the power totals against only 2 on the Martell side. And we have a Call on the Banners played on the Baratheon side into a confiscation played on the Martell side to probably get rid of that milk off of Tyrion, obviously. And we see it. And 4 gold gain from the Call on the Banners.
So I'll give you this opportunity to surrender. It's your choice.
And it looks like the Baratheon player has chosen the Martell player to go first after winning initiative.
I will swing for a power jump. My loss was to this jump. This guy beat the shit out of me.
Oh shit.
You made the just somehow
two Scene in Flames over there.
And Carl's just checking the discard pile. He wants to know how many Scene in Flames have been played.
That's why you put 6 in it, right?
I think he's thinking like I do against the Baratheon deck. You just kind of want to hold them off as long as you can and let them run out of their kneel cards and kneel effects. Maybe get all the R'hllors played. And, but Matt has ways to see more events off the deck using that Shadow Black and shuffling it up. So there's still more R'hllor to come and more kneel events to come.
Party didn't start.
No joke. So I can't even
We're both going to be pretty tight.
And there's a copy of Arion. And Tyrion's now able to do his gold generation too. And we have a Nightmares in the marshalling phase on Melisandre to stop that kneel. Carl does not want any more control this round. He wants to start pushing back and gain some power and start beating down the board and the hand of that Baratheon player a little more. And to make a comeback here. It's 4 power away. Start getting in desperation mode. You need to play cards very aggressively and risk a little more and hopefully get rewarded for it. And we got a copy of Fiery Followers played. Good thing that Melisandre got Nightmares because there would be a kneel. And Matt's seen his own Tyrion, so he will get some gold also on Intrigue challenges. So that will entice both players to do Intrigue more often.
Why are you doing this?
Or maybe prevent them from wanting to do intrigues so their opponent's not gaining money. But the Baratheon player does save 3 gold, it looks like they're on the top of his deck at the top of the screen. And no gold saved right now on the Martell side. that I can see.
No challenge deck.
So we got a military challenge from the Martells with Jaime Lannister to start. 5 strength.
I can't see Mel, so there's no point.
And we have that In the Name of the King played, which kneels the house card, so that will prevent Shadowback Lane from being triggered this round.
Hard to end.
Well, I guess Edison crazy.
Milk's a bit more permanent. And it can't be handed. I don't know, I put in 3 months in my Lady Dragon deck. And one game I had standing smell above one.
Alright, yeah, I definitely got economy that game.
Yeah, that's true.
What's happening in military? Crazy.
Well, good game.
Yeah.
Good luck, man.
And I put it in 3 take
No cards in hand, I'm
Big, hard process.
Carl's just debating his challenges here, mapping out the icons and strength across the table from him. You have to think about what Matt can hit him back with. You don't want to be too exposed. He's only 4 power away. You kneel too much, you never know. Still could have another even-handed Justice played. I think he's only played 2, so it's possibly has another one. And he does have the gold to play it without even Tyrion being triggered. And if he can do that and sneak through unopposed power and maybe another unopposed challenge, you do have Tyrion out there with stealth. He could sneak to the win with dominance.
like, I thought everything was gone.
Looks like we have an intrigue challenge, both of them gaining 2 gold, using Arion here for 4 strength.
Yeah, weapon for the door is interesting, but you have to have it, like, you have to be ready to strike on that turn. And if you're playing against lands,
So to block it, he's going to have to kneel at least 2 characters. Because Tyrion or Melisandre alone is not going to be enough to stop it. I don't know if he cares about winning it or not. He can't do Shadow Black Lane. I don't even know if he has a hand right now. I don't think so. I don't see any cards on the table. If he does have a hand, he's hiding under the table, which is not good. But we'll see. I don't think he does.
the problem is, for me, is that Grader's not consistent. They're too fragile.
I personally would probably just let it go unopposed. I mean, Carl is only at 2 power right now, so letting it go unopposed and just trying to worry about your own win, I think, is what he needs to do here right now. Doesn't want to let this get out of control. So it does go unopposed, gains power. No intrigue claim. Yeah, he definitely does not have a hand. And does he do a cheeky little power challenge? Yep, he does with a Landsport Merchant. That's what I would do also. Now it's Matt. I would just block it with maybe Celise. That does leave 3 characters to do challenges back. But you do have Arion out there who could bounce back to hand and bring another character into play. But yeah, I think you do it. So it does get blocked 2-1. And over to the Baratheons for challenges. Now, I can't win a military against Jaime, but Jaime would have to kneel for that if he did a military first. He's got a Tyrion for stealth, but he can't stealth through the other Tyrion. But he's going to start with an intrigue with the Fiery Followers. They're both going to get 2 gold.
I had Arch of the Fury!
Oh, you wanted to use that?
I was like, come on, stand someone up and just try and get me.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know why you use the Fiery Followers when there's only military icon. Because maybe you want to do the intrigue with someone else. Maybe Jaime gets knelt somehow. And you sneak the military through. Or you use the military to bait Jaime to kneel him out so that you can win the intrigue. But I think he wants to push the intrigue to maybe bait the Jaime on that. And or just hit the hand to see. And we see Matt has 7 gold for dominance there against 4 on Carl's side. Matt just flops it on the table there to show his is bigger. Puts it right in front of Carl. This pile of gold, I meant, if you use sickos or think it's something else. You're on the wrong channel. Alright, so.
Where'd you learn to shuffle?
I cut it real good.
Looks like Jaime did block that there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, looks like we have a power challenge here. It looked like with Tyrion, I think, stealthing that Landsport merchant in the bottom left. He was standing. So Tyrion can't stop the power challenge alone. And Arian doesn't seem to be bouncing back yet, so I don't think he has another option in there. Maybe he doesn't have nothing in hand, or sorry, doesn't have anything in hand that he wants to bomb in here to prevent it, but he's mathing it out here. But I think he does have to block the unopposed if he can, to prevent another power from being gained from unopposed. He will gain one from winning the power challenge and one from dominance. Puts him 2 away. He will oppose it.
So you win the challenge? Yeah.
Now Gash and Gray is being debated here. And Carl's just looking through the used plot pile. And he is going to do it. So Tyrion will go back to hand. Are we going to have a vengeance for Ilya? Yes, we are. To prevent that power gain. So he's in desperation mode here. You can't let any power be gained. He's too close to winning.
Do I still say great comments?
Now, before the leave challenges, looks like Arian's being debated, or maybe an ambush. And he does bomb in Hota, which is an interesting call. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, 7 goals. I thought 6. You said 6.
No, I said 7. You can take it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Carl, I thought it was 6 gold on the table. So he decides they let it take back happen here. He thought he was going to win dominance by using Hota that way, but now we know Hota's there, and dominance does go to the Baratheon player. So he's 3 power away from winning. He's at 12 power, and Carl is still at 3.
Yeah, remove those goals.
Alright, so it looks like we're on the 6th plot here. There's that wildfire played on the Baratheon side into a Call on the Banners on the Martell side.
You can who's first?
Call on the Banners will be unaffected. It's going to get him 3 gold either way, unless Matt decides to kill some people with his own wildfire, which he can do. He can choose to save up to 3. He can choose to save none and kill them all if he wants to make sure his opponent gets no gold from Call on the Banners. But he's not insane, so that will not happen. So 3 characters to 3 here from the draw phase. Carl gains 3 gold from his Call on the Banners plot. And those 2 Landsport merchants being killed. Which doesn't seem to really slow down the economy too much. It looks like he's got a Tyene in hand.
I know. They emailed me.
He's only got 1 copy of Nymeria still in that deck, and I don't know if he has it, but yeah, I think you need Nymeria with Tyene, or maybe an Attainted. I don't know if he has one in the deck, but he does play Tyene. So she's going to be able to start throwing poison tokens around if some intrigue challenges can be won here. But you need to... Your opponent needs to have no intrigue icons on these characters you're going to throw these poison tokens on, and right now that does not look like it's happening. And he does have Selyse out there, who can give away intrigue icons to Baratheon characters to prevent that, so great defense. And there's that Tyrion, who was gashed and grayed back in play. And looks like Baratheons are saving 1 gold. 2 gold saved on the Martell side. So he has a copy of his Viper's Eyes in hand, Desert Scavenger, and I didn't see what the 3rd card was for the Martells.
Yeah, I did.
Military.
And there's a military challenge with Jamie. Oh yeah, he does have Arrow Hota. That's the other card. Duh. Should have remembered that. So he opposes it with the Fiery Followers. Jamie does win. There's no reactions. Claim the Fiery Followers gets claimed. And Jamie gains another power. But the Martells, I believe, up to 4. It's far away from 12, that's for sure. Oh, he's got a burn man in there.
Intrigue.
So intrigue challenge with Arion does trigger Tyrion on both sides. And no defenders. So Matt's gonna lose one of those 2 cards he has there. And it's a Burnman. He must have liked the other card in his hand to not have played that Burnman.
Okay.
He did have the gold for it. Looks like Carl debating the power challenge here with Tyrion, but maybe not. He could stealth and make Matt overcommit, but most likely he won't, and then he's worried about leaving that gap where Matt can gain power and get close to dominance win here. But he does not have that fiery foliage anymore to help that dominance win. It looks like he only has 3 gold to 4. But he does have a Tyrion also, so depending on what gets played out of hand and if any more money is gained and who gets knelt, he could win dominance and put himself even closer to victory. And we got a power here with Tyrion for 3, which most likely will be blocked by Matt here, just using 1 character. Remember, he's got the arrow Hota in hand, so if he does intrigue to gain Carl another gold at least, he can bomb him in to prevent a challenge and also help win dominance to prevent Matt from winning. If you guys like what I do on the channel here, want to improve the channel, help me purchase some more equipment, better equipment, get some more cameras, record more games at tournaments, and just make the channel overall better and help me recoup some of the costs. You can donate on Patreon, patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. The link should be in the description below. You can donate as little as $1 a month, and if you feel the content's worth that, go and donate. Any dollar helps. Every dollar helps. And if you don't want to donate, that is also cool. Content will be free here on YouTube all the time. But any donations appreciated. And thank you guys even for watching. Thanks for your support. And it looks like Matt's here deciding on challenges. He's going to stealth Arion. I'm not sure what challenge it is. I think it's a power because nobody gained gold from their Tyrions. And he's doing that, I think. I don't know if he has 5 gold there, but he just wants to make sure he wins it. And I guess he's worried about the Hota, but maybe Carl does have 5 gold there in that pile. I'm not sure. But there's his Viper's Eyes played, and he gets rid of a Rose Road. So interesting why he did not play that Burn Men. I'm not sure. He wanted to leave the mystery there. But Matt gaining power back there and getting back up to 12.
Dominance.
And dominance goes to the Martells. And the way he's stacking his power there, I'm not sure what he's at.
I'm at 8. No, not 8. 2. Yeah.
And yeah, 6 power on the house, he's just said, and 2 on Jamie. Puts him at 8 power. So this game getting a little close here. Carl making the comeback and preventing Matt from reaching the victory, basically stalling him out. And we have a wildfire played for the 7th plot on the Martell side into a summons. Or no, sorry, Noble Cause. Sorry, Noble Cause. Played on the Baratheon side, reduce a lord or lady by 2. That means Carl's actually going to pick initiative here, which doesn't seem like he's been doing very often. Not really losing the initiative and choosing first player. Seems to be Matt winning it and forcing Carl to go first. It looks like Wildfire kills Arion. Now, if Carl can push through a military challenge here, assuming Matt can't really play another character, if he didn't top deck something, a character that he could put into play, we could see a military challenge here, possibly kill Selyse Baratheon, and then followed up by a march to get rid of Melisandre or Tyrion, and we could have this turn around here. And we have a Milk of the Poppy played on Melisandre, so this will prevent, should prevent any kneel from happening, unless he drew into a kneel event. And there's a copy of Sir Davos, so forget what I just said. He's got some of his own military out there, and but I guess marching Sir Davos is better than killing him. So let's go back to hand, what we could see here. And we do have a King's Road played as the other card, and no cards left in the hand of the Baratheon player. And it looks like he saved 4 or 5 gold there. So we have nothing marshaled in. Carl decides to save his 5 gold for, I wonder what. Could be that Arrow Hota maybe? But yeah, he just wants to save it to slow down Matt and negate a challenge. He's going to do military there with Jaime, which kills Selyse like I thought. And Jaime gains a power. It's unopposed. So I believe Carl is at 10 power right now due to that unopposed and the power gain from the renown on Jaime in military challenges. And Matt leaning back with an empty hand. He's run out of tricks. I think he sees that he possibly could lose this game now. It looks like he does have a poison token target on the board with Sir Davos now, but he would go back to hand, I believe, if he's killed by that token. But I could be wrong. I always get goofed up with this whole end of phase poison token saving thing. What can happen and what can't. You guys can let me know in the comments below. And another way to support the channel for free is you can always click that subscribe button, hit the like button, even leave comments. All that helps these videos get seen, helps me get some subscribers, get more views, supports the channel, spreads the word, makes people see this game more often, gets things higher in the results. I appreciate everything, and it's free. I think we had a challenge there with Tyene. Not sure if it was intrigue. Well, I think it was power actually, because no Tyrion's triggered. But it was blocked by Melisandre. And I think it's over to Baratheons for challenges, maybe? Or maybe he was just saying that he won it. But he does have a Burn Men in hand also, the Martell player Carl. Definitely set up the march here. Yeah, it is over to the Baratheons for challenges here. And we got a military challenge, stealthing Jaime. So that Birdman or the Hota is going to come in here. Guaranteed. You don't want to kill Jaime, Tyene, or Tyrion, that's for sure.
Carl and Matt, there's 3 minutes left. 3.5.
So we just heard John Kobe, the tournament organizer and Facebook mod extraordinaire. Tell them there's 3.5 minutes left. So they're going to need to play a little faster if Carl wants to get to the win, or if either of them want to get to the win, actually. They're both a little far away. They need to get into that next round, probably. So there's Hota, bouncing out Davos. And we got a power, stealthing Tyene. And it gains 1. Tyrion does block on the other side. I think it was a tie on Dom there. Do you march to the wall here? I think so. But it depends what's in Carl's hand. I mean, first Snow is going to get Hota back, which could work out well. Calling the banners will get him 3 gold. Long plan, but I don't know. Long plan's kind of pointless here in the late game when this could be the last round of play. What else does he have in there? Wildfire. No, Wildfire doesn't really do anything. It hurts him more. And it's pinned now, actually. Yeah, that's not going to be played, obviously. Alright, so Baratheons pick their plots. Plot. And Carl's debating here. He does have options. Matt, the Baratheon player, is top decking. It really depends on what he sees. But he's not going very quick here, so this most likely will be the last round. Maybe Carl's okay with that. Matt is at 13 power, 2 away from winning. And Carl, I believe, lost one there, so he's, I think, at 9 power. And it's counting coppers. He's digging. And it's a filthy accusations played on the Baratheon side to Neil Tyrion. Get rid of that stealth, which I think is a good call. Could help him gain that extra power from getting unopposed. And make sure he wins that power challenge too by stealthing. And it looks like Carl's made Matt, the Baratheon player, go first here. And he's going to play a copy of the Hound and a Dragonstone Faithful. And he's going fast here. He wants to make sure he gets the full win. I mean, both these guys decide not to intentional draw, so a full win would definitely, I'm assuming, make one of them get in the cut for sure, and the other one maybe not. But maybe maybe Carl's slowing it down here. Maybe that 1 point from a mod loss might be enough he needs to get into the cut and make sure they both make it in. Display of Blood Orange Grove. Just taking his time here. This definitely, I don't see how they're getting to another round. So will we have a full win here, or just a mod win? Or maybe a draw. If they both sit at the same power at the end of the round, it will be a draw. They'll just get 2 points.
Time's up, guys. Let's be your last turn.
And we just heard Jongo Bay call time. This will be the last round. Carl has quite a few cards in hand, doing that counting coppers, so he's got options. He does play a Desert Scavenger using the Blood Orange Grove, and that's all he's going to do. I think Matt top decking those 2 characters is really helpful. Lots of power icons to help prevent Carl from gaining power, especially unopposed. And also help you get some power by winning power challenges, which are really important right now. Every little power counts. And that Hound is pretty key. With Tyrion out, the Baratheon player now can get some gold and replay the Hound. And Tyene entering the game a little late here. This being the last round, those poison tokens not really going to help too much unless it's to help with dominance, which I guess could matter at the end of the challenge phase, killing somebody, especially somebody standing. So we have an intrigue here with Melisandre. 2 gold gained from Tyrion on both sides. Both players now in no rush. They're definitely going to slow it down, knowing that time's called. They're going to play this very carefully. This is a very long video, guys, as you can see, but I think it's worth the wait, worth the length. It's a very tight game. Very well played game. Interesting choices. both great players. Played with them a lot in the past, in first edition also, and both long players of the game, and both great players. And as you can see here, the Ottawa-Montreal rivalry continues. So it'll be opposed with Jamie. 5 strength to 4. Carl wants to protect the hand there. Fully win it. Doesn't want Shadow Black Lane triggering. So we have a power challenge with the Dragonstone Faithful, Tyrion, getting him up to 5 strength. Looks like he's stealthing that the Desert Scavenger on the other side. Force him to have to use Tyene, which gets rid of his only standing intrigue icon and a 3 strength power. And we have a Gold Cloaks ambushed in. 2 block for 6. Wow. I did not see that coming. So Carl doing everything he can to stop any power gain here from Matt. And a military stealth on Hota. This could be unopposed. Putting him 1 away from the win. Could have a Birdman in hand. You see another copy of the Hound. Does have the gold for both. Or either, sorry. But he might need to save it to use on the offense. So Matt can play the Hound twice. Or sorry, use the Hound once and then play him again with the gold he has right now. So that's basically using the Hound in 2 challenges on defense if he needs to. Which would block both the military challenge from Hota on the offense and the Desert Scavenger's power challenge on offense. Could be both fully blocked right now. But hopefully Carl has some tricks in hand here to prevent that. Which he has to if he's sitting here deciding this. That's 2 power away from winning right now. The full win. Unless he wins dominance, he's not going to get that full win. But it depends here on this unopposed military or not. Carl definitely has to math out what he has left, what Matt could have, the gold for dominance, character standing. And it goes unopposed. So Matt will gain a power for unopposed, claiming the gold cloaks there. I don't know how Carl can gain, I think, what, 6 power he needs, 5 power he needs to outdo Matt here. Maybe he doesn't even need that much power. If he can pull power off the house card, he can maybe crawl back for the mod win of his own. And he does have his own Hound. Wow, okay, this changes things. And we have a power challenge with the Hound. And it's unopposed. So Matt will not be able to get the full win, that's for sure. And he does get 2 power out of it. I think putting him at 11. Force reaction, the Hound does go back. And a military challenge to 5 with Hota. And it bounces back. Hound's played right back out to help on Dom. And there's the dominance. And it is a mod win, we heard Carl say here. So the Baratheon player, Matt, does win with the mod win. And they shake hands.
That was such a cry. Oh my god.
And just to let you know, both players did make the cut. They are in the top 8. And if you want to see that top 8, make sure you subscribe to the channel to be notified when those videos go up. They will be up shortly. Or they might be up already if you're watching this far in the future. And they will be in a playlist, so you can go back and see from round 1 to round 5 of Swiss. And then through the top 8. So we have those coming up on the channel, plus some more regional videos. And I will be heading to Gen Con, so I will see you guys there. Come up and say hi, and I'll get some videos from Gen Con, hopefully. And those will be up on the channel. And like I said, you can support us on Patreon /Rob's Gaming Table. Any amount helps. Thanks a lot for your support, guys.